How's it going, everyone? Today is our first ever video on this channel, and I am very excited because tonight is the 2019 NBA Draft. One of my favorite nights of the year, and my team, the Chicago Bulls, are currently picking 7th in the draft, and I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to be watching it here tonight. So for our first video, we're going to do the mock draft of tonight's draft. It's going to be a really good draft. It's a really interesting draft. We really don't know what's going to happen after the first 3 picks. Um, we don't know what teams are going to trade up, and we don't know who's going to be picked where. It's I'm really looking forward to seeing what the GMs do for each team here in this draft. So the first pick of the draft goes to the New Orleans Pelicans, and they are obviously going to be selecting no, I'm joking. Zion Williamson. Zion is dominant. Zion is the best player in this draft. In my opinion, he's not the best basketball player in this draft. He is the best all-around athlete in this draft, obviously. In my opinion, RJ Barrett, he is very intriguing to me. I really think he's going to be a great player. Um, I'm I, Look, people forget that RJ averaged more points than Zion did, but look, Zion's just got so much potential to him, and obviously he is going to be the first overall pick in this draft. Now the second pick is going to go to the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, after trading away Mike Conley, they need a point guard, and obviously Ja Morant is the pick here. He is a unbelievable player, and he's going to be the second pick here to the Memphis Grizzlies to take over Mike Conley's place. With the third pick, now I saw rumors of the Knicks wanting Darius Garland. It's not true. They don't want Darius Garland. Everybody knows that the New York Knicks are going to want RJ Barrett. He is unbelievable. 22.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists on a team that he had to play next to Zion Williamson. He is so good, RJ Barrett. I love what he does. And I mean, he will be sliding right into that starting role. The Knicks just don't have a very good lineup at all. He's going to be going into shooting guard. He is an unbelievable player. RJ Barrett is really good at basketball. I really think he's going to be one of the better players in this draft. Now, this pick is currently the New Orleans Pelicans pick after they traded for Anthony Davis. This is an interesting one. Lonzo Ball is gone, so now they need a point guard. There's a lot of confusion here. A lot of people think maybe Jarrett Culver after Brandon Ingram was gone. I don't think that's true. I think it's going to be Darius Garland. He was the guy locked into that 4 pick for so long now. I think Darius Garland's got to get this one. He's going to be the 4th overall pick. Now the Cavs need everything but a point guard, so they will not be drafting Coby White here, obviously. So Coby White's going to live another day, but I really think they're going to go with DeAndre Hunter here. I mean, they have Collin Sexton up top. I don't think they need another guard type of player here. They also have Jordan Clarkson. They really need help down here. But then Kevin Love. It's just so tough with this team. It's so tough. You don't know what's going to happen with Kevin Love here. I don't know. It's really tough here. Jarrett Culver, though, he's a really good player. 18.5 points per game. I got to go Jarrett Culver. Think he's a really good player, really underrated. Took Texas Tech really far in that tournament. I think he's a really good player. Now the Phoenix Suns need a point guard desperately need a point guard here. I'm very interested to see what they do. I'm very interested. They got Devin Booker though. They have Bridges. They have Ayton. I'm gonna say they're gonna take DeAndre Hunter. I think they're going to roll the dice here. I think they're going to take DeAndre Hunter to try and take C.J. Warren out of that starting lineup. And they'll try and sign a point guard in free agency, is my belief. You know, they were trying to trade for Lonzo. They couldn't get that done. They have a chance to get Hunter here. Could be Coby White. I think it's going to be DeAndre Hunter. Now, my team. This is my team right here. The Chicago Bulls. They are on the uprising. Dunn, Levine, Markkanen, Carter, Lopez. That's not at all their starting lineup. Otto Porter's in there. Markkanen's over here. Carter's over here. Lopez is a free agent. Who knows if he's coming back? But obviously, Chris Dunn is their weakness right now. He is not where they want not where they want to be with the point guard spot. He is not a starting point guard. He's just not. He's a good player though. He is a very solid backup. They need a point guard. It's going to be Kobe White. I have faith that they'll pick Kobe White here. With the 8th pick in the draft, the Atlanta Hawks are going to select Rui Hachimura out of Gonzaga. He is a junior. He averaged 19.7 points. He had a really, really, really good season. I really think this guy has a ton of upside. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. With the 9th pick, the Wizards are going. The Wizards are interesting here. The Wizards have a lot. They have a lot. I think they're a good team, to be honest with you. They had Wall out last season. I don't think they're as bad as what their pick looks, but they could definitely use one of these guys here, and I think they're going to take Jackson Hayes. They really need a center. Desperately need a center. I think he's a great pick for this team. I really do. I think he's an underrated player in this draft. I think he's going to be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. The 10th pick belongs to the Atlanta Hawks again. So earlier I had them taking Rui Hachimura. Now I have them taking Cam Reddish to go replace Kevin Huerter, who was their pick last year in the draft. I think he's a really good player, Cam Reddish. I think he was a bit overlooked. He didn't have as much time on the court as he would have wanted to, or not on the court, with the ball in his hands, as he would have wanted to last year with R.J. Barrett and Zion and Trey Jones, all those guys on Duke. I think he would have been much higher in this draft if he were to have gone to Kansas or I'm blanking on schools right now. A much smaller school, Gonzaga. Not as high of a talent as Duke had. He could have been higher in this draft. I really think he could have, but he's still very high. I still have him at the 10th pick. He's going to go to the Atlanta Hawks. I think the Hawks are going to be a solid team next year. Not quite in the playoffs, I don't think, but still very solid team. With the 11th pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they don't need a point guard, really. They don't need a small forward. Gibson's a free agent. They definitely don't need a center. I think they're going to go with Sekua Doumbouya out of France. I'm not huge on this guy. I'm really not. This is a very, very, very big risk. And Goge Bitadze, I'm really not sure how to say his name. I'm not going to lie. Both of these guys, I'm not really sure. But I think both of these guys are big, big risks. This guy has a little more upside than Goga. They're both good players. Look, if you're the Timberwolves right now, nobody on this list is going to affect you immediately. I think he is probably the best pick that they can get here. Roll the dice a little bit, Now the Hornets, they got Kemba Walker. They got Kemba Walker. I mean, all these guys are solid players, but they're no one who can get you into the playoffs. That's the problem with them. I really think they need a developed player right now. I really think they do. They need someone. I think they're gonna go with. I think they're gonna go with Tyler Hero. I like this guy. I like him a lot. I think he's a very underrated player out of Kentucky. Averaged 14 points a game. I think he can really easily slide into that shooting guard role for this team. Maybe Jeremy Lamb moves down a bit. Batum goes down and replaces Williams. I don't know. They need a center too, so they could go with Goga, but I don't think they will. I think Tyler Hero is the player. Now the Miami Heat. The Heat they're just going. I don't know. I think they got to rebuild here. They really do. They got to rebuild. They just don't have the talent right now, unfortunately for them. Justice Winslow, Richardson. I think Josh Richardson is a really good player. I do, but he's just not. He's not a one player. They need someone who can really go out there and give them good minutes and maybe have a really bright future. So I think they're gonna go with. Romeo Langford here, guys. I really do. I think Romeo would be really good in a Miami jersey. I do. I think he would come off the bench at the start of the season, then eventually go into the starting role, and later on in the season. And I think Romeo Langford's an underdog in this draft. I'm a huge Illini fan, so I watched Indiana play a couple times this year, and Langford did really well. He was a really tough player to guard. I think with all the attention he got, he couldn't quite do as well this year, but I think he's going to come back really strong. I think he's a really good player. I'm really looking forward to Romeo Langford. I think he's going to be in a Miami jersey. Now the Celtics. The Celtics are a mess. They are all over the place. Irving's, who knows? Al Horford says he's out. That leaves Gordon Hayward in here still. Nobody's thinking of Gordon Hayward at all. I think Gordon Hayward's going to go off next year. You heard it here first. So I really think they need a center. They do. And you know what? If I'm this team right now, I'm going to take a risk. I want to say Bol Bol. I want to say they're going to go with Bol Bol right now. But I'm going to hold back a little bit on that one. And I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Brandon Clark. You know, he's just a solid player. He plays hard, just like the whole Celtics lineup here. Can get those boards for them, those offensive rebounds. I mean, Bol Bol is really intriguing for this team. I would not be surprised if he slided in here at center. I wouldn't at all. He's a good player, and he's really... A lot of people have forgotten about him in this draft. You know, a lot of people have. But I'm gonna stick with Brandon Clark here. I think he's a good player out of Gonzaga. This Pistons team is dangerous. They are dangerous. They are as dangerous as any team in this draft. They need a shooting guard or small forward, though. They need a shooting guard or small forward. They need it so bad. I mean, their power forward, center, and point guard are good players here. Griffin was an all-star. Drummond, not quite an all-star, but he's getting there. Reggie Jackson is just an unbelievably good offensive player. I think I'm going to go with Nassar Little. He has so much upside. I think he's a guy that he plays really hard. He plays really hard. That's exactly what Detroit wants. I think Nassar Little is going to be great in Detroit, coming off the bench to start again later in the starting rotation. The Magic surprised everyone. Somehow slid into the playoffs. Not sure how, but they did it, and they did a great job. They took the Raptors down once. I mean, if you're that team, you're happy with that. You're really happy with that. Mo Bamba was a bust. I mean, he's got a great song. That's really old now, but he was just a complete bust, man. He was just a bust. I mean, the only reason people know about him is because of that song by Shaq West. I mean, that's the only reason people know about him. They can't go with another center, though. They gotta get him minutes. They didn't give him any minutes at all. Now they got Jonathan Isaac, who I think had a solid season last year. I think he did. I think there's a lot of upside to him. Point guard or shooting guard is probably the move here. Ty Jerome is the next good point guard. I think he can drop a little bit. I'm going to say they're going to take Keldon Johnson here. Johnson's a good player. I think he can eventually rotate into the role of shooting guard / small forward. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do on the Magic. Now, from this point on, I mean, there's a lot of confusion going on with the draft right now. There is. This is a very different draft, all right? Last year, I picked up to the 24th pick, I think, is where Chandler Hutchinson was picked. I picked that pretty accurately. I think I I nailed pretty much everything. But for the Nets here, look, they're gonna get D'Angelo Russell's gone. He's gone. Kyrie Irving's in. I think you need a shooter alongside Kyrie Irving. I really do. I think they're gonna go with Kevin Porter. But they need a power forward, so maybe Bruno Fernando. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I don't want to say they're going with the center because they got Jared Allen. They have a lot of faith in Jared Allen, what he can do on the defensive end. I think they're going to go with Bruno Fernando, though. I think Bruno is a good player here. Come off the bench. They had trouble against the Sixers stopping Embiid. because Allen got in foul trouble as a young player. They didn't have a backup center. Jarrett Dudley was an absolute idiot. So yeah, I think they're gonna go with Bruno Fernando. The Pacers are in a mess here too. I don't know what they're gonna do with Miles Turner. I mean, you don't know what they're gonna do with him. I say that I don't know. I mean, they could go with Bol here. They could go with Ty Jerome. They need a point guard. I say they go with Goga Batatse. I do. I say they go with him. He's a risk, but they don't really need a center. They don't really need anything. Nobody would be better than those players that they have in their starting lineup already. So take the risk. Go with a center. Go with a foreign center. See how he does. For the Spurs, man, the Spurs are in a. They're one step away. They're one step away. I say they go Bol. I say they get Bol. They move Aldridge up. They move Gay up. They move DeRozan up, and they move White up. I mean, this is a dangerous team if they get Bol. If they get the Bol that everyone's looking forward to, that's a good Spurs team that can make a run in the playoffs. They could. Celtics are on the Clark are on the clock again. They got a power forward earlier. I think they're going to go with Ty Jerome here. Terry Rozier is expected to be their starter next year, probably if they re-sign him, but you don't know what's going to go on with the Celtics here. You really don't. I think Ty Jerome would be a good fit here. Come off the bench, see what you can get out of him. If he's a good player, man, that Celtics team is going to be good. They're going to be a playoff team again. For the Thunder, God, they have all the talent, man. They have all the talent. They obviously need a shooting guard. They need a power forward. I think they're going to get Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Good player. Oh, my bad. Good player right there. Good player. I think they'll be the draft pick. Average around 16 points a game. He's a good shooter. I think they got him good. The Celtics, again, are getting another pick here. I'm taking a point guard, power forward. Eric Paschall is he's a great player for Villanova. Great player. This is a tough one for them. Kevin Porter Jr. Cam Johnson. That's an intriguing pick. That's a very intriguing pick. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Eric Paschall. I think he's a good player. I think he's a really good player. Who knows how good it'll be in the NBA, but it's the 24th pick. Take it. Just take it. Go with your gut. Take it. The Jazz. They just got Mike Conley. This team's dangerous. This team's a really good team. They are a really good team. I like Joe Ingles coming off the bench, though. Providing a spark for this team. I think they're going to take Bufudu Kabengele. Not going to lie, not sure how to pronounce his name. I think I did a pretty solid job right there. He'll come off the bench, share minutes with Joe Ingles. He'll be a good player for this team, role player. For the 76ers, I thought they were an NBA Finals team this year. I thought they could win it. I really did. This was a dangerous team. I don't think they're going to get everyone back. That's the problem now. They just struggled on the bench. I think they need a player that can come off the bench and score. Cam Johnson, I think, is a great pick for the 76ers. Plays with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and I think he's a good player. Trailblazers are really good. They're not going to lie, they are really good basketball. They are a really good team. They have so much upside. They need a small forward, a power forward, though. I mean, that's the reality. And Kevin Porter, man, I've held back on him for a while now. I haven't given in on him yet. I'm going to give in on him right now. He's going to go to the Trailblazers. Cavs have another pick. I had him picking Jarrett Culver earlier. He's going to be really good for them, in my opinion. So now they got a point guard, shooting guard. They need a low player. I mean, desperately they need one. Okiki, I think he was a really good player for Auburn. Obviously, he provided a lot for him. Yeah, they're gonna take Okiki in my opinion. I think he's gonna be a good, solid bench player for them. Maybe make his way into the starting role. Who knows? That team is not very good, so they have a shot. For the Nets, again, I had them taking Fernando. So I think they're going to go Irving, Harris, LeVert, Crooks, Allen. They'll probably take a shooting guard here. Okpala from Stanford, and yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's go with him. I think he's going to be a good player for this team. Average 17 points at Stanford. That's not bad. That's a solid conference right there. Not a great conference. Obviously, the best player on that team. I think he could do pretty good for them. The Warriors. What do the Warriors really need? They need a guy coming off the bench to provide a spark. That's Dylan Windler. One of the greatest shooters in college basketball history, coming out of Belmont. Put on a show in the NCAA tournament. Acted like it was just a regular game at Belmont, man. He played great. He's a senior. He's worked his way into the first round. I love this guy. I think he's a great fit for this Warriors roster that loves to move, loves to shoot. He's perfect for this team. They are going to get a steal if they get Dylan Windler. Spurs again, I had him take a Bobo. I think that's a steal for them if they get him, if he drops that far down. I do have him dropping that far down, but, I mean, he could easily make his way back up. So, I would say everybody moves up, then they need a point guard, really. No good point guards left. So, I say they just go for a bench player at this point. They just need a bench player. Because look at their bench. Their bench is not very good. I mean, up here, point guard, shooting guard, not bad. I say they go with the small forward, Matisse Thybulle. I think that's how you say his name, right? I heard that name before. And then the last pick in the first round goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. This team's complete. They are. Maybe need a shooting guard, but I mean, at this point, you just roll with it. I mean, this is a good team. They need a backup center. So I'd say they take Naz Reid. LSU's a really good team. They played in a really tough conference. He put up impressive numbers here. They could go with Lucas Samanik. Don't think they will, though. I mean, maybe they follow in the Luka Doncic steps, but I don't think so. Naz Reid, last pick in this draft. So let's take a highlight of my mock draft here. Zion's going to the Pelicans with the first pick. Ja to the Memphis Grizzlies with the second pick. RJ to the Knicks with the third pick. Darius Garland to the Lakers with the fourth pick. I think he's a Showtime player. I love him there. Jarrett Culver going to the Cavs with the fifth pick. DeAndre Hunter going to the Suns with the sixth pick. Kobe White going to the Bulls. Yeah, I love it. With the seventh pick. Rui Hachimura going to the Hawks with the eighth pick. Jackson Hayes going to the Wizards with the ninth pick. Cam Reddish to the Hawks with the 10th pick. Sakua Duamboya, not sure how to say it, not gonna lie. With the 11th pick, Tyler going to the Hornets with the 12th pick. There you go, Kentucky fans. You got a lot on your player. Don't worry, stop panicking. Romeo Langford going to the Miami Heat with the 13th pick. Love this pick for the Heat. Love it. Brandon Clark to the Boston Celtics with the 14th pick. I like that pick a lot too. Nasir Little going to the Pistons with the 15th pick. I really liked him in North Carolina a lot in his years there. Keldon Johnson going to the Magic with the 16th pick. Bruno Fernando to the Brooklyn Nets with the 17th pick. Goga Bitadze, not sure how to say his name, is going to the Pacers with the 18th pick. Bol going to the Spurs. That's a steal if they get him. I think Bol's going to move up here, though. He's obviously better than both these centers. He could easily slide right in there, maybe even down here. Don't think he'll make it in the lottery, but who knows, he could. Ty Jerome going to the Boston Celtics with the 20th pick. Nickeil Alexander-Walker going to the Thunder with the 21st. Eric Paschall going to the Celtics with the 22nd. Mfiondu Kabengele going to the Utah Jazz with the 23rd. Cameron Johnson, I have him high, and I like him high. He's going to the 76ers with the 24th. Kevin Porter going to the Portland Trail Blazers with the 25th. Chuma Okeke going to the Cavs with the 26th. KZ Okpala going to the Brooklyn Nets with the 27th out of Stanford. I like that pick for them. Dylan Windler, this is my steal of the draft. He's going to be a great player. He's going to be the next J.J. Redick next. Marco Bellinelli, he's a really good player next to Kyle Korver. I like him here. He's going to make a lot of money in his career off shooting. Keep that shot, buddy. Matisse Thybulle, I'm really proud. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's going to the Spurs with the 29th pick. And Naz Reid going to the Milwaukee Bucks with the 30th pick. Alright guys, this is my mock draft. This is my NBA mock draft. On the day of the draft, guys, make sure you watch this draft. 6 p.m. Central Time, which is my time. I'm going to be watching it, so join me. Watch it. Leave your comments on what I did wrong, what I did right in the comment section below. Leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on notifications, guys. And I will see you for the next video. It is going to be ranking the MLB first baseman from S being the best star player to F being the worst. Just a bad player. I'm really looking forward to that pick. To that video. I got it all set up. That'll be out tomorrow. And I will see you guys then. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments down low. What did I do wrong? I love to see it. Love to see what you guys think of what I did. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Hope you enjoy this video.